If you're suffering from aches or pains and you're going through a physical therapist through your insurance provider, I'm here to tell you why your insurance is controlling your recovery and why that can be dangerous for you. I'm covering that in this video. My name is Dr. Garcia. I'm a leading expert in rehabilitation and health and wellness. I'm excited to help you understand how a good journey and recovery can be beneficial for you and why you might be on the wrong path. Now, when people have aches or pains, they go through their insurance. It's very common. We all pay monthly into that. And they wonder, I've been going to my insurance provider. I don't know why I'm not getting the outcomes I want. I'm not being listened to. And I'm going to explain why that's happening and how your insurance provider is controlling your recovery. Now, when you pay into your insurance, that is paying for your ability to have a fixed amount of visits of physical therapy through your insurance. And that might be based on the plan you chose. You might have 6 visits, you might have 12 visits, you might have 0 visits. And if you're lucky enough, you might have 18 to 24. Now, what that says is your insurance provider has approved a physical therapy clinic to allow you to use this many visits per year. And maybe you have an ankle sprain that you only need 10 or 12 visits or whatever it is, and you save a couple. Well, what your insurance provider has done is contracted with local physical therapy clinics, and they're going to say, well, great, we're going to approve you 4 or 6. So you've called your physical therapy company to see if you can be seen there because that's what's been approved, and you can do 12 visits. Well, a lot of times what happens is your insurance only allows those clinics to bill a certain amount of dollars or units or activities or rehabilitation strategies for your visit. So for instance, if you have back pain, your insurance will say, well, we're not going to allow massage therapy, we're not going to allow exercise, we're only going to allow flexibility exercises and education. Some insurance might say, well, I'm not going to allow massage and flexibility, but I'll allow exercise. Well, you as a consumer, you have back pain, and you might say, well, my body responds better when I have massage to my back, or when they stretch me, or when I do these set of exercises. Well, you as a consumer know how your body feels and how your body reacts and what it needs. Now, insurance is going to say, we know what you need, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to try and get the most amount of money for you from your insurance claim with doing the least amount of work. And so now the physical therapist who you're going to see is not really after the outcome. They're not there to really alleviate your back pain as fast as possible. They now are fixed to figure out, well, what charges or what type of treatment gains the most amount of money because this insurance provider is only paying a certain amount. So it's not the physical therapist's fault. It's the insurance model as it is. And so this insurance company is saying, I'm going to control what you're allowed to receive and not. And so when you go to your physical therapist, they're not necessarily doing what's best for you. They're doing what they financially need to make your visit work for them. And so that's what a lot of consumers don't know, and it's very sad. I've been a physical therapist for 16 years. We've helped tens of thousands of people all over San Diego, and this is only going to get worse as insurance. If you've known this, your insurance is getting more expensive, and physical therapy is now declining in how much they get per visit. So a lot of times your number of visits are actually dropping per year, and they're reimbursing to physical therapists at a lower rate now. So now you're getting less visits. The physical therapist is now getting less visits to be approved to you, and they're getting reimbursed less. So which means those physical therapists will be seeing more and more patients just like yourself. And so if you're tired of that and you've said, well, gosh, I've been to physical therapy, I want to try my insurance first. What I will tell you is that's a fantastic thing, but I want you to know that the insurance company is controlling your recovery, whether you like it or not. They're fixed on the amount of visits that you can get, and they're fixed on how much they're going to reimburse per session. So the physical therapy company is going to find the most efficient way to get the most amount of money for your visit. So no one actually is looking out for your best interest. The insurance company is not looking out for your interest, and the physical therapist is not looking out for your interest, and it's just because that's how they have to be able to survive. So you are the consumer saying, well, I've paid paid more, I don't understand why I don't get more. And that's just the way insurance works. So if you've been frustrated, just know that your recovery through aches and pains, your back pain, your knee pain, is being controlled by an insurance company who has the ultimate say. And what I've seen from this, well, what's the worst that can happen, Chris? I can tell you, there's been a lot of different things, but ultimately, if you're active and you love being active, maybe this ache and pain is stopping you from that. Maybe you can't play pickleball, you can't hike, you can't work, you can't stand, you can't sit. Well, if you don't address that pain like you need to, that pain persists. It becomes chronic pain where you generate scar tissue and never really heals. You lose mobility, you lose flexibility, you lose strength, you become less active. Well, then you go through this process, well, maybe I shouldn't work out, maybe I should avoid those things. Well, then mentally, you become challenged because you're like, well, I don't want to do those things, but I know they're not bad for me. And this creates this thing called fear avoidance. Now you're afraid to do those things. Well, when you're less active, less mobile, less strong, you begin to gain weight. You feel bad about yourself because you're less active, and you go down this spiral, and then the pain starts to control you. And that is the main problem. And people start to then seek out injections or medications or surgery, and you don't want to go down that. If you're an active person, one of the best things you can do is not let your insurance control your recovery. Fight back and be able to stay active. Find a provider who is looking out for you. And that's ultimately why most people don't understand that physical therapist, it wasn't their fault, it's the system, and they're going through the insurance-based model, and that's ultimately what's happening. And insurance above the entire umbrella controls everything. So if you're looking to stay active and you want to take control of your own health, one of the best options you can do is seek out-of-network help. What that means is going outside of what your insurance has dictated that's okay. What you can do then is go outside and say, well, I want to find somebody else who actually cares about me, who is not in it just for the money and the return on how much I can get through that insurance, but somebody who genuinely wants to fix me fast, and who wants to do it right, and who wants to help me down to the long term to improve my overall health. And these are called out-of-network providers. These physical therapists can be found very easily, and if you're looking for a solution to finally conquer that pain, you've tried in-network or you're interested in network but you don't know what the difference is. So when you combine out-of-network and in-network providers, they're very different. In-network means they only can do what the insurance company tells them. I can only work on your back but nothing more. And if on an out-of-network setting, you have full freedom. We can work on your neck, we can work on your back, your shoulders, your entire body. And so if you're looking for a holistic approach, you don't want medications, you don't want surgery, you don't want injections, out-of-network treatment is the best option for you, where you get to take control in your own recovery, your own health, and have a say in that. So if you have felt stuck, you were looking for different options, one of the best places to start is with a phone call to the team at Sports Performance Physical Therapy. We start by looking at what you've done in the past, what have you suffered from, what x-rays have you done, what MRIs have you done, what surgeries, how long has the pain been going, where does it happen, how often does it happen, and then look at what's the goal you want to be able to do. And that's perfect. What we'll do is set up a plan to figure out how we get you from where you've been to where you want to go in a step-by-step process. And that all starts with a simple phone call at any of the contact information below. What we'll start with that phone call, get all your information, and give you a plan, an estimated plan, so you can make the best decision for yourself and understand what's the best for you, and you can actually have a say in it and work with people who actually care about you, your health, and advancing that beyond just setting rules on these are the only things that you can do. Our goal here is to help you stay healthy and active into your 50s, 60s, and 70s and beyond. So if you're looking for that, start with a phone call today, and we're excited to point you in that right direction so you get the help that you need. Hi, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for my weekly tips on improving your lifelong health without aches and pains. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.